Well, the Bank of Canada is expected to cut interest rates once again this week, and it seems that the bank's recent cuts are already having an effect on the housing market, with average prices dropping in several major cities. And for more on this story, we are joined by CTV's Scott Hurst. Scott, good morning to you. All right, so what is the state of housing affordability now in Canada, now that we're starting to see these slight changes?
Good morning, Kayla. It's no secret that affordability continues to be a serious concern for many Canadians, but there are some data points. There are some new numbers that are showing some positive signs, in particular when it comes to the housing market and the amount that is needed, how much you earn in order to be able to afford a home. And thanks to decreasing mortgage rates and real estate prices and more supply taking some of the pressure off, homes in most major cities across Canada became a bit more affordable last month. Income requirements, how much is needed to buy a home, dropped in most markets, falling by about $5,000 in the most expensive real estate market in the country, that's Vancouver. And in Toronto, to buy a home based on average home prices, an annual income of just under $200,000 is needed, down about $4,300, dipping below that $200K mark. And of course, Kayla, this is all relative when homes in Canada's most expensive markets are still quite elevated for so many Canadians. So even though there is still a lot of stress when it comes to affordability, there are some data points, some new numbers out there, Kayla, that are pointing to some positive movement when it comes to the housing market at the very least.
All right. And when it comes to the bank rate being announced this week, how will we see that lay and make an impact on the housing affordability?
Kayla, that announcement from the Bank of Canada is coming on Wednesday, and we've already seen the bank cut the key interest rate 3 times already. And now a lot of Canadians are crossing their fingers, hoping that this might be a bigger than expected cut, and many forecasters are potentially expecting the Bank of Canada to do just that, speed up the pace of interest rate cuts, a potential for 50 basis points. And that announcement, as I mentioned, coming on Wednesday on the heels of inflation slowing to below 2% growth, with Stats Canada reporting the inflation rate in September tumbling to 1.6%. So that may spur more people to jump into the housing market, with borrowing becoming more and more affordable, Kayla.
Some good news, hopefully, for Canadians out there. We'll have to leave it there. CTV, Scott Hurst, thank you for joining us as always. We appreciate it.